G'day, how you going? Welcome to my video. I'll get the size of the canvas up there and some colours running up the screen for you. I'm just sort of going to paint something out of my head today on a portrait layout, up and down style, not laying down style. And I want something a bit different, maybe just something that's not so realistic, some colours I want to use up, okay? So come on over here and let's get right into it, eh? So I've got some of my craft white and retarder. That'll slow down the drying time of that craft white. It's just soft body titanium white. It's from a student bottle. And I want to just map in the sky area so as I can just blend some beautiful clouds and finger in a moon. So up on our sky half at least, we'll get this mapped in. Just simply stroke that left and right like a pure gentleman and get ready to put my colours in there, okay? Now down here I've just got a brilliant violet. I want to use it up. I haven't used it yet, so I just want to use it. I'll make a sky this colour. So I'll keep it at the top dark. There we go, get it right to the edge first, get it dark. And then I'll bring it down, crisscross it so I can drag it down to the horizon line, and it'll obviously come a bit more paler and lighter as we get to the horizon line. The top's dark where I want it. I'll crisscross over there to get the colour there. Now I want to simply stroke it left and right to get it nice and even, and then I'll stamp in some beautiful clouds into our sky there. Get that right across there like that. Now before we get started, I'll just grab a small pouncer. Use your finger or a small pouncer. I've got a small one here. I want to grab some white on here and just get me moon in first. Now it's going to not stay white because of the wet colour on the canvas, which is what I want to happen. Now I'm going to have trees circling this. I'm going to have a waterfall there, so I'll probably get this probably a bit here, okay? So let's say about there. It's a realistic size moon, I suppose. So I'm stamping it on. Give it a twist. That'll do. It's a simple, basic moon. Now grabbing that titanium white, I'm just going to use a fan brush and then circle some clouds around that moon there, all right? So I'll start from here. I want to get it on, stamp it, create the cloud. Create the cloud, get a bit near that moon. So I've stamped around and created a cloud. Now the shape of that cloud is going to be pretty much made up with the blending. So grab yourself a blending brush and a kitchen cloth. And I want to try and get this. There we go, look at that. Keep the edge closest to the moon, the brightest. And then all this can be simply blended and turmoil twisted and yumminess away into the painting like so. Get it up there, get some kind of flavour going up there, because I want to create this vibe. Just sort of some colour, different colours show different facets, don't they? So I just want to simply get this around the moon like so, and we'll slowly build it up, but it's a simple process, you can do it. Now I want another, because I'm going to have trees here, so I'll have another bits here, so I'm going to kind of use the brush to make those knobby bits, okay? Getting around the moon, around here, somewhere there, just like that. Look at this, how it looks like that. The blending smears it like that, leaving the edge closest to the moon brighter, twisting and turmoiling, leaving behind. Don't blend what you don't want to destroy. I'll come up here. I'm tapping, dancing, twisting, getting some turmoil, pull it right back into the sky there like so. That's a little bit too hard line, so I will disturb that a little bit. There we go. Pull it right back in here. That's a bit better, I'm liking that. Pulling this back into the sky. Now we're just going to simply add a few more layers to give it depth. So we'll get some hard brightness here. Look at that. Fade away. A bit more here. Come a bit closer. Break it up. There we go. We're going to come about here. I'm able to get a bit of distance with this because it's not turning violet so much. There we go. I'll pull some of it down. It's going to be all there. Same again. I'm going to leave the side closest to the moon and blend the other bit back. This violet that's on there, the purple, lavender, whatever you want to call it, it's got that craft paint under it with retarder, and it's not drying very quick. That's what that retarder does. It stops things from drying. I don't like that. To me, it's a little bit too... I'll just distort it a bit if I can. There we go. I'm happy with that. And I want to bring this down, turmoil and twist it. Bring values of that down into the purple. Violet, it's called on the tube, so I'm going to call it violet. Around here. Twist and turmoil it around, because we're going to have some trees covering the edge up. And that just made a simple, brilliant violet moonlit sky. Now I've squirted some water on my glass palette. You can't see it, but I've got me putter on a brush. I'll put a bit more there. And some dioxine purple now, so it's pretty much a darker value of that brilliant violet, I suppose. Because instead of doing black, I want it to be this vibe. And I want to get at least this painted to the horizon line up there. Now what I will do, roughly where I want the waterfall, I think I'll get that reasonably straight across there. Somewhere here where it's going to be. Now I'm grabbing a filbert brush, some more dioxine. I need to ink it up a little bit, just so I can get me trees bowing into the middle of the painting. So let's maybe start. I'll see how far I want to go. I don't want to destroy all my clouds there, so I'm going to come in, get some air in there, and get these pocketing. Putting some sky windows in there where you could see the sky through the canopy, and get these just folding into the middle of the painting like so. And as you come down, if you like, I'll see how I go. I want it a bit darker as I get to the bottom there, so I'll go about here. There we go. Now I'll solid this up. That white sky, when I finished painting the sky, I did dry it with a hairdryer just to get this to sit on top of it instead of it digging up and mudding up. Now I'll do something on the other side. So what I can do now is get this bit, because I've got a lot here to play with, I can get this side a lot higher. So what I want to do is simply bring this out into the painting, just to those white bits of the cloud there, and then it can come here like so. And we'll simply get this out there. So there we go, we've got it all. We'll dry this now. I've dried everything on the canvas, so I've got some phthalo turquoise, I'll get a bit of white in it. Work out where you want your water for. Now, I'll get some of that off there. I want it scratchy, so I want to kind of maybe come from about here and down, and maybe about this wide there. Okay, so I'll come about there, let it scratch. Okay, now you want this colour to be your waterfall. Try and keep it straight. I want to get this nice and straight, just falling down, falling down, letting it be scratchy. You can see bits of dark through it. Now the top, I want to bring to the, I want to bring to the horizon line there. I don't want to see no purple there. There we go. And then we're just going to tear this down into our waterfall. I feel it's important. I remember when I was learning to do waterfalls myself, I discovered having the darks behind it is important because it gives it that coming at you real three-dimensional look. Now I'm just going to, that's about the length I want my waterfall. So to simply highlight it, just pull some of that pole over here. You've got plenty in your brush, grab some more white and get that to the value that you want, the brightness that you want, so you can see the difference. And this is less is more. And mainly here, let's see if we can get some light hitting the bend of the waterfall. There we go. Gingerly and gently highlight your waterfall. We can get that bend a bit better with some more white in our colour later when we actually finish it. We'll do something like that. But I want some of this highlight coming down the actual waterfall body now. Keeping them straight, because water falls straight. And it'll just look like the water's breaking apart as it's falling from a height. There we go. I'll get a bit more white just to highlight the top curve there. So what I'll do, I'll wipe what's in the brush and just pick up most of the white, but it's going to be tainted. See what's happening here? That's pure white, this is the tainted. And then probably this bend, I just want to get that where the light's hitting it, showing the bend in there. You can probably work out which parts to bring down a little bit lower. And then I'm getting the brush on its edge and I'm just finding some scratchy lines there, coming down here on its edge, scatter them a bit. There we go. That's it, that's all I need to do for this waterfall until I get to the bottom half. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. As I said, I'm just making this up as I go. Before I get on to the next bit, see here how this water looks like it's a bit up here. So what I want to do is just grab some more of that paint and bring down in front of that. There we go. Looking proper and right kind of vibe about it. There we go. Did that make a difference, Ian?
Okay, I've roughly mapped in some rocks on the front area here. The camera was off when I did this little bit, but don't worry, you haven't missed out on much because I have altered this as the painting went along, as I'm making it up as I go. So it's just a dioxine purple and white, and I'm scratching in some top surface of rock and scratching down the side walls there.
Okay, we got that coloured in. I want to get this dark from there. Where are we? I want to concentrate on the dark bits and then put the light bits back. So there's there, mainly dark right underneath it all. And here on this ledge as well. Now I don't know if my camera was on the last bit, I hope it was. Get some dark veins coming down there like that. I want it dark under that tree, just like that. Because when we highlight everything, it'll make everything come into play. From the edge there, I want to create the veins of all the rocks and stuff, okay, just like that. Using the flat, pulling it down. Get something pulling down there. And same here. Now I'm grabbing the solid dioxine purple, and at the back of this ledge and the wall behind it, I want to create depth up there, okay, just like that, using the edge and the side of the flat brush, and come along there like that. I want to get the back of this wall dark, so it's making that ledge step forward, and you can just sort of scratch some of those up. Just simple but effective brush strokes. Let's finish all this off now. So we've got pretty much the darks there, bit of highlights here. We're going to make things sit in front of each other. Just by grabbing the dioxine purple, get it a bit more wet. Now we want to get this vibe here, highlighting it, so I'm grabbing some more white. So as an example here, let's hope that's not going to clash with the sky. No. We've got this just above that dark colour, just above it, and then start scratching in all this colour here, leaving the darks there. It's not really detailed work, it's just something fascinating and different, arty to look at. Now see here, it's important when we come to here, we get this over our ground, okay? So leave a bit of dark and come, see this ground here? I'll worm my way down, and we want to get some of this over our ground there. Use this as a reference if you're not good at making things. It is very difficult to paint something not knowing what you're going to paint, okay? So be mindful of that. Now that does look a bit clashy with this, so what I'm going to do is simply grab a lot more white and highlight 30% of this. So bits there. We might have some of them here. Now this one here, if it looks kind of floaty, add the darks in it and re-highlight it. It does look a bit, that looks nonsensy, doesn't it? Over here, I want to get this on top of this rock here before I do the rest off camera. I've just added some more darkness under here because it wasn't the right dark values, just to get these back on top so it'll look quite the way it's supposed to do. Oh, careful. Just bringing this back down over that dark ledge. I just had too many bits and bobs going on there, the wrong values, so. And then it looks the part, hopefully. Just to show you how I'm fixing up my mistakes. See these ledges? I've had them unlevel. I've just realised, carried away with so much. So what I'm doing, I'm keeping them level. Going across here, keeping it level. Doesn't matter how jagged you go, but so long as they're in cahoots with the horizon line, I'll get one out there. I've fixed these up a bit more instead of painting them around and down. Get it level out there. And I think that looks so stupid there, so we'll just simply hide that bush. Doesn't suit, doesn't belong. And so yeah, down. I've done the same there. Bit there. And here, set this back over the rock, like so. Well, I've made a few mistakes in this one, there? So we pulled our way out of it. That does look a little bit better, because if you rewind the video back, this was going to the edge of that, and when I looked back and analysed it, it just wasn't right. So I wanted to fix it, and because it's a tutorial, I need to fix it on camera. Is it worth having any grass on these ledges? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But what I will do, just for the video's sake, I'll just put a bit of growth growing on this one. From the top, not to the edge, and let it just grassy out, whatever this foliage is, it's just growing there. Yeah, I like that, I like it. So what I'll do is I'll continue that vibe very lightly on here, very lightly. I'm simply grabbing that turquoise again, and I want to get some water at the bottom here now. So we'll pretty much come right across the bottom, right across the bottom. That tree's underwater. This can feather back to there. Just let it run away, like so. We've got that there. What I will do where I'm going to have some foam spraying up, you need the darkness there, so we'll get a bit of this. Just join that waterfall down to this body of dark water here, turquoise. We'll grab some of the white in that again, like we had before, just to create movement in the painting as the brush was pushed around. There we go, look at that, simple. Pulling more white onto the brush, I want to continue this coming into the water. So I'm not going to the edge, I'm coming into it a bit, so it looks a bit more in front. There we go. I can grab some of it, just probably get some of those droplets now. Get them there. Well, we'll get rid of that white. Oh, that's too white there. But anyway. And now I want to grab the corner of this flat brush and create me turmoil. So see that dark turquoise I put out there? That's allowing this lighter turquoise to sit with darkness within it. So we're just going like that. Something like so. And then I'll just grab the brush on its edge and get some stuff like this happening out there. Some swirling water. I do want to grab a little blending brush, a small grumbling type. I just want to intoxicate it with some very dry white. I might taint it with a little bit of that turquoise. I don't want it too brilliantly white. I want it white but not pure white. Let's see if we can get a bit of mist coming up in front of the waterfall. Make sure everything's dry when you do this, and get some mist just floating up. In front of your waterfall and to the side. Depends how high you want it. I'm just putting a bit here for the tutorial's sake, but you'll get a gist of what I'm doing. Turn it in that sort of fashion. You don't have to turn to the left. There we go. Just to finish it off, if you want to get creative, I've picked up some of the dioxine purple just on a little brush, and the other side I'm just flopping into some white, and maybe probably this side here. Where's the dark? Let's get some, say, some stones under here. Where are we? Wrong way. And then we'll get some. You can probably just get a few artistic rocks down here. Get the white at the top of the brush, white at the top, dark at the bottom, and just scratch in some rocks, pebbles and stones and whatnot. Get some in the water if you want. This is just a vibe I'm putting there, just something extra. I better autograph this now and we'll whack a frame on it. And I want to thank everybody who supports my content on Patreon and also being members in my art group and a member on my YouTube channel here. Hit the links below. There's a traceable link with all the traceables to my appropriate videos that need traceables. The link is there. Get used to knowing what my links are. Okay, let's whack a frame on that and see how she looks. Yeah, there we go. That's not too shabby. Something out of me head. I could have put more thought in what I was going to do here, but I was making it up as I go. I have seen these facets in my early years of painting. But anyway, you get a gist of what you can do. And with a little bit of practice, if you're very new to art, you can do it. Well, something different, a lot of fun. Share, like and subscribe. Tell your friends if you like what I'm doing, but if you don't like what I'm doing, you tell everybody. Also check out this other video of mine. All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.